All right, and we're back. Today's video, we're going to reassemble our freshly painted fairing and reinstall it to the Sport Glide. So the color match looks pretty doggone good. So we'll see more once we get it out in the light, but for right now, we have to put it back together. So first thing I got to do here is get these parts out. Got to put the insulators back in. Let's get everything laid out here. Yeah, I got to put the insulators back into the fairing. So these things here, these pop in a hole. Okay, trying to get it. There you go. So what has to happen here, let me throw some gloves on too, because I don't want to get my oils from my hands all over it. So again, this is basically, it got one mist coat, got two regular coats, and then one final mist coat of paint. And then two good-sized coats of clear is what it ended up with. So like I said, it looks good. I had it baking in the sun for probably 5 hours yesterday. So what we have to do is we have to take these and we have to get these back in. Now normally what you can do is hold it on the other side and like basically screw it in, like basically you can walk it in, and when you get to a certain point you'll have to push it the rest of the way in with a small pick or screwdriver. See, now that one is in. Let's check the back of it. Yep, see, there's a little bit of lip there, so we'll pop that back up. That one's done. And we'll go on to the next one here. And again, the same thing. You just basically, you're screwing it in while pulling it through from the other side. And again, you get to a certain point and you have to force it the rest of the way. Again, carefully, so you don't mar your surfaces. There we go. Flip it over. Yep, that one's good. And we'll go back to the other side. Get these in, then we can get the mounts back on. The windshield will go on once it's back attached to the bike. It just makes it a little bit easier to, get it lined up and then get the windscreen back on. Okay, there's that one. Yep, see that lip is not 100% through. There we go. And then we got one more here. Come on. Trying to be careful. I don't want to mar the new paint job. Pop that through. Very good. That's that side. Okay. All four are back in. Okay. And then the next order of business. Let's get out the pieces that go through the fairing. Now you have these here. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, there we go. So, and these are a 7/16 bolt. These things, once they push through, can't rotate. So, get this hardware ready here. And again, it's just a slow process to make sure you got it all. Get everything in place. So, all right, so I'm going to lay it face down. One of these, and it comes up through the fairing, like so. And we just got to figure out what side's our trigger lock, because they always go to the inside. Okay, so that's that side, and this will be this side. Right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up using the same, basically where it was. You see there's marks where it was tightened down, and that's where we're going to go for lining it up. And it should put it right back in place where I had it on the bike. So this is a little bit of a tricky part, trying to get these started, because you got to hold the back side while you're getting it started. Now once you have one side started, we can move down to the bottom one, and we'll put the bottom one through. And again, line it up with the, see, and get the nut started. What happens is this, see how this is flat on each side? When you push it through the fairing, it actually pushes far enough in to lock in, so that can't rotate when you're tightening it down. So that way that's good to go. All right, so that side's lined up. I think we got that right. Yeah, that's correct. And then we'll get this side started. All right, same thing. So we got to push this through, and again rotate it so it lines up here. And this goes like that. Oh, yeah, of course I dropped it back out. It's, as we say, it can be fiddly. So we want to get it like that. Let me get a nut ready, or bolt, I mean. And get this lined up and get it started. There we go. And that gets it started. And then once you get the one on, it'll stay in place so you can start the other side. Okay, very good. And again, slide it. I'm sliding it all the way up to where it was before. And then this way, we know it's going to be in the same spot. So now, once I make for sure certain that that's locked in, okay, we're going to take it back off, and then we're going to put some blue Loctite on each bolt. So that has to be done off of the bike. So I'm going to roll the bike back. Got to have just a little bit more room here to work. And then we'll bring it over and we'll pop it. It should go right back on. All right, very good. That's that. Now, bring you guys over here with me. All right, bring this up. Okay, so there's our mounts. This again should go right on because we had it lined up. Let's see what we got here. Like I said, once we know for sure we're lined up where we need to be, we're going to get on there, and that goes there. Locked in. Push it back, lift up a little bit to get it over the headlight bucket. All right, very good. All right, so that's locked in. Okay, so now I know they're where I need it to be. I'm going to take it back off, get the blue Loctite, take out one at a time. Put the blue Loctite, snug it back down, and then throw it back on there, and then we can finish assembling the windshield and then also the GoPro camera mount that I have. So, get the trigger locks here. Let me undo this. And tips forward this way, and then off. So now we'll go back over here. Get us set up back in our spot where we're working on a clean cowl. I don't want to work directly on the moving blanket because you know they're wool and they're kind of rough. So I don't want to take a chance on scratching the finish. Although it'll probably polish out because that clear coat is got two good heavy coats of clear on it. I got no runs, which I'm happy with. So all right, so there's our Loctite. So now what we're going to do is back this back out one at a time. You do them one at a time so that way you know they're not going to misalign anything. So, okay, a little bit of blue Loctite. Whoop, that was a lot of blue Loctite. That's a little more than I wanted come flowing out of there, so we're going to wipe that off. You don't need much. Again, all you need is a drop. And then as you screw it into the threads, as I've mentioned before, it will circulate itself around. Come on. There we go. So now we'll take that one and we're just going to snug it down. Again, you're not going to kill it. You just want it snug. All right, now we'll move on to the top one. Again, this is a one at a time because we have everything lined up. So a little drop, very good. And we'll run that side down. And then we'll spin it around and move on to the other one, other side. Okay. Again, just a little drop. Just enough. Like I said, as you screw it in, it you know, fills all the threads with Loctite. And then you're in business. That's that one. And then we got one more. And then we can throw the GoPro mount back on that I made for it. Again, you got to run the camera. If you guys seen my latest video, first guy really came on my side of the road. Second guy came slightly over, but still, it's like, you know, pay attention, people. I don't feel like getting hit head on my motorcycle. Okay, let's run this one down. All right, very good. So that's that now. So they're stuck in place with Loctite, so we're good there. And then what we have to do now is get the GoPro mount, which is right here. So I got to get the correct Allen head, because I did this with Allen head, an Allen head screw. So let's see. It's not that drawer, it's this drawer. Very good. Okay. So we'll get this on. That's our mount. And we're going to use a little blue Loctite on that too. And just a little on the threads, all you need. Like I said, usually I just go one swipe down, and then as you screw it in, it rotates around into the rest of the way into the threads. All right, now run this down, and then we'll take our mount and we'll screw it on by hand like this till we get it seated, and we'll make sure that's straight. Looking at it straight on, that looks pretty good. And then we'll snug this down from the back side. Oh yeah, and of course you turned on me. Very good. Okay, so there we go. Now we can head back over, get this back on the bike, and then we can put the windshield on. Bring you guys back over with me. All right, come on, give me what I want here. Am I seeing that? Making sure we're seeing. Yep. All right, very good. Do this. Come on, a little wider angle now. All right, let's get this back in place. Again, you just carefully line up the bottom. And seat it down, and then again you got to lift it up a little bit to get over the headlight bucket on this. And pop it back, and then we shut our. Very good. All right, there it is. I mean, that paint match looks pretty doggone good looking at here and in the front fender, because the light's hitting it the same. So that paint came from paintscratch.com. So really happy with that match. So let's see, our mount looks straight for the camera. just a little bit. Very good. All right, so that's good. So now we're going to move on to the windshield, and we'll get the windscreen back on. I'm going to have to clean this up because I got dusty handprints on it, but I'm not going to worry about it right yet till I get it mounted to the bike. Once it's on the bike, then I can come out with some cleaner. Probably use some Pledge on it. Furniture polish seems to work pretty good on the plastic pieces. Like I said, I did polish out the scuff that was on it when I bought it with Meguiar's Plastex is what it's called. So let's set those up there so they don't go anywhere. Yeah, that stuff worked pretty well. Took out the scratches and the digs, and not bad at all. Okay, let's see. You guys are seeing. Oh, here, you know what? I'm going to raise the tripod up a little more here. And then this way you guys can see even better from the front. And again, these things are just hand tight. You don't wrench them down. You don't kill them. There's no reason to kill these screws. Zoom in a little bit. Very good. Okay, so that's that. All right, let me get my hands wiped off again. Get these towels. Make sure I don't have any Loctite on my gloves here. Not that it would do anything, but I just want to make sure I don't want to leave any extra smudges on the windscreen, even though I am going to clean it. So, okay, so there's that. Now, and again, you just line this up carefully. Very good. So we'll take, once we get one screw started, then the rest goes pretty easy. Just got to get it through the hole here. There we go. And again, these are knurled. So this part goes to the outside. This piece goes up against the fairing inside. Now, I don't tighten them all down till I get them all in. And then I'll work my way from the inside, each side, tightening out to the outside. Because there is just a little bit of movement, a little bit of play on it. Okay, it's that one. So I'll get these three started first, go to the other side, get the other three started. Okay. They're good. That's that. Go to the other side. Get these three started, and then we'll get them tightened down, and that's it. I mean, it's done. Paint match, like I said, I think the paint match is pretty good. I got some smudges on it from handling it, but those will get washed off. I'm not going to wash it. My neighbor said a few days, but I probably won't wash it for a couple weeks. And then that way I know for sure everything is cured nice and hard. Okay, next. Now this is the 11-inch windshield. I think I mentioned when I first got it. They do make taller ones. I think they go 9, 11, 13, and 15 if I remember correct. So depending on how tall you are, you know, you might want something a little taller. I haven't ridden this that much with the windshield, you know, with this mounted on it yet. So we'll see. I may want to go to a 13, but again, I have to run it more and we'll see what we got. All right, so now we're going to start here. That one's snug. Go to the other front one, and we'll come back to the middle over here. And the middle on that side. And then the left side. And then the right side. Okay, and that's done. So that's everything. Painted back on the bike. Again, I think the color match to me looks pretty damn good between the fairing and the front fender. The tank looks a little different, but it's the angle of it under the light. Just like I said, I'm comparing here and here. And that color match looks pretty spot on to me. Now, I did not flip the headlight around. They say you can flip that around and that brings the headlight out further into the bucket. I don't know if that's necessary. It's got, you know, riding it at night, it's got plenty of beam on headlight. The fairing's not blocking anything. And since I did buy this used, I have no directions for it. So I don't know if that's like something they want you to do. But if so, it's easy enough. I just, you know, again, trigger lock system, snap the two top ones up, tip it back, it pulls off the studs, and I can flip the headlight around. If I decide to do that, I will most definitely record how it's done. But in any case, like I said, I'm happy. The color match looks good. Let me bring it back over here. Getting in the rider's seat here. Stand it up, and I'll show you. Let's fold the legs up. I got a couple of, I got a selfie stick coming. Not that I really want the selfie stick, but I am going to be asking the angels some questions just for poops and giggles, basically. Ask them and you know, just talk to them. So, all right. So there it is from the rider's angle, sitting on it. And you can see I'm looking actually up here. And they say, like, when you pick a windshield or a fairing, you want to look just over it. So this is the 11. I probably could do with the 13. I just wish they made this in the solar tint and not the dark smoke. If they made the windshields in the solar tint, I prefer the solar tint color. That's what my windshield is that I have for this also. So that's the solar color, and it's a little bit easier to look through at night. Let me pick this up and show you. Okay, so that's the solar. Now when you compare the two, I honestly, again, I like the solar better. I always have. Every time I bought something Memphis Shades, it's been the solar tint. So we'll see. I don't know if anybody makes an aftermarket windscreen for this that I can buy, that I can get like a solar or extremely light tint, because this is smoke. And then they make a dark smoke one, which is black as night, which I don't understand. You want to be able to see, especially on a bike, potholes, you know, different things in the road. So being this dark, to me, it looks cool, yeah, but it's a little too dark. So, all right, guys and gals. With that said, that's the end of this video. Again, if this helped you out, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And please make a comment, because it does help me with YouTube's analytics. You know, it helps to push it into other people's feeds when they go to search for something for a Sport Glide. The analytics will pop my stuff up so people can see everything that I've done to it. So, all right. I'll see you guys in the next video.